Are you back now, yeah? Internet in Germany. Crazy. You gotta love it. You see? Interestingly, OBS says me that he is retrying connection. I think OBS is a bit confused by my internet connection state as well. Of course, he is obviously streaming. Oh well. So, where were we? Do we play that game again? No, yeah. I go back to the last checkpoint again. Maybe we get to the end of the game before we go crazy. Or before I tell, oh, here's the checkpoint, cool. Nothing lost. I mean, not too much. While having fun, I just put a pizza in the oven, because next time it disconnects I have a pizza. It's so good. Best streaming setup ever. Germany.
I should have known I'd find you here.
Here and everywhere, now and always. I am the wheel and it's turning. I am the circle of life and death.
And I am beginning to think the vampires committed suicide only to escape your voice.
Do not forego my favor with your impertinence, Raziel. You have finally fulfilled your purpose. I am pleased.
What are you trying to obliterate here, then? What is it about me that has you so afraid?
Your fate is trivial, Raziel. It was Kain's destiny that mattered all along.
So, welcome to the end game. isn't it? Yeah, best boss of them all. No. Hopefully you're all here. I don't trust that stream. Even though it's green. Ah. Oh. Oh, it's up anyways.
If the sword was endowed for the scion of balance, for Kain, and he was now dead, what hope remained? I needed to find Janos, and soon. I dreaded to think what these ominous rumblings might portend.
So, let's do the real end game. Is there anyone still hyped here? Does anyone still care? Or dance? Of course, the ending is a bit awesome. in Legacy of Kain terms. Shalila, Shalila. Oh, right, there was. Wasn't there a boss here? I think there was.
Janos, what is this?
The binding is failing. All is lost.
We had arrived at that cataclysmic moment when a younger Kain faced his fateful dilemma as Balance Guardian. Choosing self-preservation over sacrifice, he doomed the pillars to eternal ruin.
Raziel, there may yet be hope. There is one who will be called. You must seek the Scion of Balance. Dear God! Raziel, we meet again. You have played your part flawlessly. It is gratifying to attain both freedom and vengeance in a single stroke. No! You cannot! This one is strong, good. My next move requires a more durable host. Mortals are such fragile vessels. Willing or not, you have provided the instrument of our victory.
I wouldn't celebrate just yet.
You pathetic creature. You haven't got a clue. The seduction of the Circle and possession of Mortanius, Ariel's murder, the corruption and collapse of the Pillars, all orchestrated as a prelude to this moment. We sought an incorruptible vessel, and you provided one. We required the blood of our ancient enemy, and you delivered Janos Audron, having first been lured to the heart of darkness. Best of all, you murdered the Scion of Balance to get it. We've already won. Raziel, you must not allow them to carry out their plan. Kill me, and you end it now. Suicidal like the rest of them. Know your place, Raziel. The true hero plays his role and then steps aside. You deluded ghoul. Do you so wish to die a martyr for the vampire's lost cause?
You're not leaving this chamber. I will destroy Janos if I have to.
Very well, then. I'll indulge.
Oh. At least it's the Soul Reaver theme. I love this song. Even though it's the shortened theme. Mit. So mean that he always throws you away as soon as you can touch him. Because you can't fucking dodge it. Maybe I should, yeah. Should definitely run around and not go for the block shit. Because he's always too slow when he is auto-targeted. Yeah, that's actually the trick to it. Yeah, except when he does that. I think I have to jump when he goes down then. There was some structure towards it. Yeah, jump. Simple actually, as long as the camera is not shitty. When is the camera not shitty? We don't know. Really just the base look for the main theme, sadly. So the little theme is so good.
Creature! Raziel, finish it before he returns. You should have listened to him. Now it is finished, and thus a new epic has its beginning.
Do you see? However far you stray, you will always return to me. Surrender, Raziel.
Never!
Your efforts are wasted, Raziel. That weapon you bear, however endowed, remains only a wraith blade. It cannot touch me.
I will not be your prisoner.
You have no choice. Your task is fulfilled. Kain has been cleared from the board, and this chamber made ready for my more malleable servants. There is nothing more for you to do.
I refuse to bend my will.
It has always been my will you satisfy, never your own.
You parasitic fraud. You are forced to imprison me because I possess free will.
You possess nothing. As you are undying, your soul cannot be returned to the wheel. But it may console you to abide here in eternity with me. Mobius, my good servant, I call you to the place of our first meeting. Return to me here.
I awoke to find myself in a shadowy realm. A disquieting stillness lay where my heart had been, the heart that had belonged to Janus Audrun all along. How was it possible that I still lived?
You are still very far, perhaps. That will go first. This realm will render you hideous. You will go mad, and will not know it.
What is this place?
Do you not think of this place every day, vampire? Or are we truly forgotten? This is the exile into which we were driven. But soon now, soon we will be free. We will be free.
By the way. Oh, this damn that he always has to fly back like 1,000 meters. It's really stupid.
drawn, compelled even, not to linger here, but to go to the vampire citadel at once.
This is where people never think about their battle systems. It's just not fun if you are constantly thrown back. Please just fly away.
I knew what ominous hour this was in Nosgoth's history, for here was the event that had shaped my entire existence. I had cast my fate, refusing the sacrifice, damning the pillars, and founding my doomed empire upon their ruins. I would raise the Sarafan priests to be my closest lieutenants, and would one day cast the strongest of them, my servant Raziel, into the abyss, dealing one last hand to play against fate. But in the end, had it made any difference? Had I misread the signs, as Mobius told me? In my arrogance, had I missed my cast at destiny?
To train that. Of course, these moves are important for the end boss. So, boss hype. No, we are not a hype stream. There are no hypes in this stream. Maybe a Castlevania hype begins. Of course, it will be interesting. No, there's just no one writing. Twitch chat is alive as ever. There's just no one in this channel.
The Hilden are merely an inconvenient consequence. They will be dealt with in time. It is a small price to pay for Kain's death.
You're a bit premature.
Kain!
Is there a crack in your omniscience after all, Mobius? First, your omniscience, and now your powers. You're slipping badly.
This is not possible.
The part of me that staff affected is no longer in its place, but you already knew that, didn't you? I always was considered heartless. And now, Mobius, it is time.
To kill me? Again? Your only solution for every problem. Kill!
This is not a debate. You see, this time, you have nothing that I want.
You think this will matter? I serve one who has power over life and death.
Then go to him.
I am his obedient, his devoted servant. Soon, all pain will fade, and my master will bring me life once more. Master, my apologies. A momentary oversight. Somehow Kain still lives, and has unexpectedly dispatched me. Make use of your good servant, and...
Go to your master, then. I release you to the wheel.
God,
Do you see it now? The monster that you served. Is this what you imagined when you worshipped it?
no!
And in that knowledge, go and feed it. I release you.
Your petty actions are irrelevant, Raziel. Mobius was a good servant, but he was of no further use. His long life had run its course. You see, even when you rebel, you are doing my will.
Perhaps. But something has changed, hasn't it? You didn't foresee Kain's return.
You have both traced your paths along the wheel. This is where the journey ends.
You haven't the means to kill either one of us.
Ah, but you can be stopped. And you will come to understand how oblivion can be a mercy. You and Kain will spend eternity buried here together, praying for the merciful release of a death that will never come.
But I was armed with newfound knowledge, and it burned within me.
Redeemer and Destroyer.
Mobius had never seen his master until the Soul Reaver purified his sight. Even the ancient vampires had no idea what it was they so righteously worshipped.
You must unite what has been set asunder.
All the conflict and strife throughout history, all the fear and hatred, served but one purpose: to keep my master's wheel turning. All souls were prisoners, trapped in the pointless round of existence, leading distracted, blunted lives until death returned them, always in ignorance, to the wheel.
The coin is still turning.
But what hope had there been? One cannot fight the unseen.
Only then will the Scion of Balance be armed for his true endeavor.
Despair, Raziel. There is no escape.
It was then I knew what I had to do. I alone could end this.
Kain, do you so enjoy death?
Yes.
Raziel. No!
Yes. This is how...
No! Raziel!
The Soul Reaver, pure of all corruption. This is what it is for. This is what I am for. The two become one. Both Soul Reavers together. And the Scion of Balance is healed. And I am not your enemy, not your destroyer. I am, as before, your right hand, your sword.
No, Raziel, this can't be the way.
And now you will see the true enemy.
Raziel. And it was then I saw.
So, I am revealed to you at last.
What in hell?
I am the origin of life, the devourer of death. I am the hub of the wheel, the purifying cycle to which all souls must be drawn.
Had I condemned Raziel to this nightmare when I cast him into the abyss?
ponder the futility of your ambitions as you spend a deathless eternity beneath a mountain of rubble. You and your soul reaver will go equally mad as the eons pass. The citadel of the apostates will become your living tomb.
Your words are heartening. For you would not fear us unless we could truly do you harm.
No! You are nothing!
You are nothing.
False god. This is the end. The final turn of your wheel.
You will never defeat me, Kain. Pathetic creature.
But we will see the credits soon. This is the only thing which happens here now. And then you have a more or less a bit of a cliffhanger. And then you can watch the scenes. And then you can Google of the Soul River which should appear after that, or the Legacy of Kain. A bit. No, it's okay. Aha. The Legacy of Kain, which was sadly never created because Tomb Raider, or because, yeah, they cancelled it for some reason. And then there was this MMORPG Noska was called, which they at some point just cancelled too.
This defiance is pointless. Pathetic creature.
That's it, hardest boss in human history.
You cannot destroy me. I am the engine of life itself. The wheel will turn, the plague of your kind will be purged from this world, and on that inevitable day, your wretched, stagnant soul will finally be mine.
In the meantime, you'd best burrow deep. at last. The masks had fallen away. The strings of the puppets had become visible, and the hands of the Prime Mover exposed. Most ironic of all was the last gift that Raziel had given me. More powerful than the sword that now held his soul, more acute even than the vision his sacrifice had accorded me. The first bitter taste of that terrible illusion. Hope.
Oh, Jason Bell. Yeah, you see. No. Cause the monster is not dead, you know. It was just... Well, you have defeated me for now. Goodbye. Until we meet again. And like I said, there was another Legacy of Kain supposed to be created, but no. Yeah, he was not defeated, but he was buried deep, yeah. But I mean, he was buried deep before, so... So, let's see, what did Amy Hennig, other than Legacy of Kain and Uncharted, do? A Bard's Tale 4 was cancelled. Electrocop is an artist, okay. Amy Hennig was an artist in Desert Strike Return to the Gulf. Michael Jordan Chaos in the City. Oh, amazing. 3D Baseball. So then Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, Soul River 2, Legacy of Kain Defiance, yeah. Jack 3, she did. The Uncharted titles. Battlefield Hardline, okay. And some, okay, so the big titles are really the Legacy of Kain titles and the Uncharted titles, which she did. And even just Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, and some Golden Abyss, I don't even know that. So, what do you want with God of War? Do you want to see God of War played now? Do you want to see the same corridor over and over again? I always look at the ending of this in the credits, by the way, what Amy Hennig did, and I always come to the same conclusion. Not much. Everything she did was awesome. But she didn't do much. Yeah, but then when we finished God of War 2, there's still the God of War 3. But I mean, we can do it, yeah, of course. I even have kind of a strategy to more or less consistently beat the first wave so we can go to the second wave more often and more fast. Yeah, there's a third game. There's even the fourth game, but I mean, we beat the fourth game in between, so... No. I mean, there were 2 God of War titles for the PS Vita or whatever. Or was it even the old PS whatever? I don't know. But there were 2 God of Wars which were not part of the big trilogy. And then 4, so. But I don't consider them as, I mean, they are effectively God of Wars, but I don't consider them as being part of the, it's more or less side games. Or whatever. Yeah, then let's fire up God of War 2. I mean, we wanna beat it at some point, I guess. I'm a bit scared. But hey, let's grow some balls. So yeah, see you in a few minutes. God of War. No, the corridor is considered to be the hardest encounter. The other hardest encounter was the Cerberus thing, but this one was just... Yeah, it was hard, but it was okay. Well, the first boss was awful. He won with the one-hit death icicles. Ice pillars, whatever. But yeah, I was there for 5 or 6 hours too and didn't beat it. That was the first encounter with, oh my god, what difficulty did I select here? That was amazing. Still, goodbye for Legacy of Kain. See you in a few minutes.